Good afternoon, I am Adventure Argonaut and this is Discworld Noir. We are still a werewolf and we are investigating the counterweight killings as they are known. Um, let's just see all my streams, are they working? So yeah, now that we are werewolf, we can of course smell things to follow trails and stuff like that. Okay, everything looks fine. Let's play the game and hope it doesn't crash every 5 seconds. Pointy boobs. Okay, we are at the bar. Damn, it's so fucking dark. I can hardly see anything because it's not dark here, like it's quite bright outside. Well, I have curtains drawn, but they of course don't do shit. Like, if there's ever gonna be an actual supervillain that is gonna blot out the sun entirely, I know that Bill Gates has been planning something like that, but I think it's just to reduce, but like, you know, completely erase the sun. It's gonna be a gamer. Let's see. Maybe there was something else here.
Saturnali.
Yeah, this is locked. Let's turn into a wolf.
The green scent smelled like vegetation.
Yeah, that.
The magenta trail. I guess it down by the. It was pretty.
So wait, this is the entrance. So it's like there. Where is the vegetation? That should be something, right? Like in the view, like in the wolf view, I think it looks like it's here, but like I think we're supposed to do something with the moss. AI moderators are removing spam from my kick chat, which is nice.
I couldn't. Having a.
Am I wrong about that? That the moss, but it's like, what is the smell of the moss then if it's not here, or is it just? We have the smell of the moss already. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's just go. I think there might be something here as well. Have we asked?
Is this a good time for a? Given that there's never.
Like, is there something we should ask him about the murders?
Have you heard of the You mean, have I heard? If you like. Have. You wouldn't happen to have heard anything about the murder of one of the patrician's clerks, would you? No one outside of the palace, except the commander of the watch. I heard that the patrician has asked Commander Vimes to come and speak to him about it sometime soon. Hadn't he already gone to see him? Hey, what do I know? I'm just a bartender with big ears. Perhaps he just wants an update on the case. Whatever. I decided not to bore. It was probably bad enough to have had. I decided.
Alright.
See you right. Yeah.
About here. Oh, perfume.
Obviously a very exclusive troll perfume. The label says KC2 Potassium Carbide Perfume. The perfume for a troll or a woman.
Trolling a woman. Let's show the perfume to him. I don't think he's gonna say anything, but there's a chance he might.
Do you know anything about this?
I know you stole it from Starfire's dressing room. Where is the great lumbering foghorn anyway?
She's skipped town.
Oh well, there goes the entertainment.
Trust me, no one comes here for the entertainment.
How'd you know?
I've heard the entertainment.
Well, nobody comes here except Lutzen.
The bartender...
There, fuck you, game. I looked everywhere, but there it is. Okay. I don't know if it's possible to see it with your eyes.
Found where
You
I
know,
was
if
murdered.
you live in a basement and...
When I looked closely at it, I was convinced it was moving.
Evil. I don't know, let's see if Malaclips knows something.
I need your help again, Malaclips.
They'll...
What about the Do you know about...
It is a...
Okay,
Even
okay, I've asked these things already.
What do you know about the...
He's...
Okay. Well, let's ask about these things.
What do you make of this perfume?
KC2, the perfume that unsuspecting trolls become addicted to, selling all their possessions just to get another hit of its sweet fragrance.
Sweet fragrance? You've never smelled this stuff, have you? Do you recognize this moss?
Is it Gerald?
Gerald?
My pet lichen?
No,
Isn't it
I don't
lichen?
think so.
It could be. Servants from foul old Ron's conspiracy kidnapped him many years ago for a purpose unknown.
Are you sure they didn't steal it to add flavor to their boot soup? It sounds more likely.
Possibly. It's always so hard to be sure.
Who would sell a...
Can I see the
go
count?
see the death.
Still here, I see.
In a sense.
What do you make of this perfume?
I cannot help you with that.
I don't suppose you know anything about mosses.
Moss? Did you say moss? Plants. Yes. Lots of plants here. Can't remember much about them these days. The memory fails. There are books, though. I forget where. Yes. The library's apocrypha.
Where's
All
that?
the books are there, you know.
May I use the library?
Eh? What was that, my boy? The library. Ah, yes. The library's apocrypha. All the books are there, you know. You can use it if it will help your inquiries. How go your inquiries? Have you heard from Reagan?
No, not yet.
This room contains the von Uberwald's Libraris Apocrypha. So will, I trust, be careful not to damage any of the priceless tomes housed within.
I'll be careful.
One would be very upset if one was to return to find, sir, perhaps folding paper animals from a priceless folio edition of the Dictionary of Eye-Watering Words.
What are they?
They are books, sir.
I realize that. What are they about?
The Libraris Apocrypha is a collection of obscurities and rare volumes from across the continent. If knowledge were an animal, the Libraris would be a great dragon. Sir, by the same scale, would be a kebab on an ant's barbecue.
I'll be careful.
Library. Library is too small. Food is scarce. Enlarge your hatchery. What's he doing? Is he having a Caesar?
The books were all neatly indexed by a vast series of cards in a wooden case. It looked like the von Uberwalds were using an ancient version of Hui's octal system of indexing. It was complicated, but I reckoned I could at least use it to find out what books they had on a particular subject, and then wander around until I saw a bookshelf with the right number on it. The library was the von Uberwald's collection of obscurities. Perhaps I could turn it to my advantage. I leafed through a copy of Laws and Ordinances of the cities of Ankh and Morpork. Fascinating stuff. I learned that there was a law that made it a crime to walk ducks across the Brass Bridge. You had to wonder why it was necessary to pass a law like that.
Damn ducks.
I could mess up the filing system, I suppose, if I wanted the butler to eviscerate me with sarcasm the next time I saw him. A far
Well, he's
better
gonna do it
plan
anyways.
would be to use the index to look up a book on a particular subject.
I mean, the butler is gonna eviscerate with sarcasm. Alright, I don't think there's anything else, so let's see, what can we look for? Can we find moss?
I found a copy of Orange Crates on the Nature of Plants. The book was a tediously
Crate?
detailed study of the plant kingdom, and one of the most boring things I've ever read. But I found the moss in there. Apparently it was a lycanthrope, a type of animate moss with crude locomotion, found only in the worst sewers
it's
in
like
the
a
most decrepit
werewolf
urban
moss?
areas. Apparently the lycanthrope looked like harmless moss until something to eat walked by. Then they transformed into a deadly lichen and devoured their prey, at least as long as it was small enough. Otherwise they just clung on for dear life.
No, this one. Let's see, so what's the word?
The
Sewers.
lycanthrope only grew in sewers. I had to find out how to get into the sewers of Ankh-Morpork. Not many people could claim that.
Guess this
I
might
checked
take a
through the
while.
library and found some ancient plans of the city of Ankh. There was an intricate sewer system beneath the city. It must be thousands of years old. It would be in quite a state if it was still around, and as far as I could tell, it would be under the waterline if there wasn't a drought on. Given the rains that we'd had recently, I could only find one section of sewer that might be above water. There was a shallow sewer running from the Maudlin Bridge around the rimward side of the Royal Winter Palace of the Kings of Ankh, now the home of the patrician. I guess the designers weren't allowed to put sewers under the palace grounds, which might have been why the Royal Summer Palace of the Kings of Ankh was a long way from Ankh-Morpork. That and the stench of the river Ankh, anyway.
So can we get to the sewers from Maudlin Bridge? Okay, we got a new location. guess we can look for this. I don't know if that's gonna
I didn't
matter.
really know how to look.
Okay, it's just K2 or whatever it was called. How about sorties coins? Or sortien?
Whatever the coin was, I couldn't find anything about it.
Alright. And since we still have the envelope, there has to be some sort of
The
secret.
perfume. I didn't really.
Alright. What else? Okay, it's golden sword. Sure, I guess we have to check.
Finding a book on swords wasn't as difficult as I thought. I even found a tome on gold blades. 1001 Golden Swords, the complete story of gold swords throughout history. Unfortunately, it wasn't very helpful.
How about the jewel? Jewel de Ville.
None of the books on jewels or antiquities I could find said anything about a gold-plated jewel. I couldn't write off the possibility that there was something in the library that I hadn't managed to find, though. If I knew what it was called, it'd be easier.
Okay, so yeah, we probably have to look for it here later once we know more. Dead Man's Pointy Boots. Let's see if we
I
find
looked up
anything useful.
unseen university policy in the library and found the university prospectus. Not only were the iconographs in it at least 30 years out of date, but the prospectus made Ankh-Morpork sound like the cultural center of the disc, and not the rancorous cesspool that it was. It did mention, however, that progression through the 8 levels of wizardry is determined in part by the acquisition of degree qualifications, and particularly towards the top of the tree, where the number of places became few and far between, by a policy of dead man's pointy boots. No questions being asked about the manner of them emptying. This information, although thorough, seemed of absolutely no use to me.
Doesn't really surprise me. Okay. What else? I don't think like Ilsa and Two Conquerors we have to look for stuff like that, but you know, stuff that we might like maybe the murder methods. Yeah, I think
I
maybe
didn't really know.
upside. Oh damn it! I left click now. He's gonna keep looking at that. Is he checking off?
The books were all neatly. It was.
Maybe counterweight killings.
I didn't really.
Right. Yeah, okay, I don't think these, but like Mandy hung upside down, that might be bestial attacker. History of bestial attackers in Ankh-Morpork. Surely we will find a book like
The
that.
best book I could find for tracking down the mysterious bestial attacker was Philo's Bestiary. But there was nothing in it that sounded remotely like what Gable had described to me.
Carlotta is a werewolf. Well, yeah, that might actually, you know, if this
I didn't really
Uberwalds-
know how to look.
Like, you know, Uberwalds tend to be werewolves, apparently.
I didn't really know how.
Okay, no. You know, hanging upside down. That might be significant. Alkali. Well, yeah, this is a city, right? Probably don't have a book about a
There was
dwarf
nothing
called
about
Alkali.
Alkali himself, but there was a copy of Frescoes and Fatal Traps of the Temples of Alkali, which was less than enlightening. I wondered if I was ever going to find out the origin of his name. But then I read the line, "The city of Alkali is also known for its wind, blowing from the vastness of the deserts and continents nearer the rim, a gentle yet persistent breeze. It carries aromatic messages from the heart of the continent, compounded of the chill of the deserts, the stink of lions, the compost of jungles, and the flatulence of wildebeest." Well, it was a working theory at least.
So he's full of hot air and farts or something. Okay, I guess we can leave the library. Researched. Ah, see, it didn't save. I pressed enter. I think sometimes if I press enter it saves, but now it usually doesn't. Butler is there, I guess I don't. Okay, let's go to Magdalen Bridge. Can we somehow find the... Oh yeah, we found a new location as well. I guess we should go there.
The river. I'd already... Well, if it...
There's nothing else here. Let's see wolf mode.
The smell of the...
Yeah, we can't follow. We can't follow that either. Fine, let's just go to the new location. Where is it? Sewers. Ah, okay, it's just here. Oh, it was easy. Damn it. New location.
The ancient civic plans
see
from the
anything.
library led me straight to the sewer's entrance, not far from the Magdalen Bridge. A relatively small tunnel was concealed beneath a pile of debris that must have accumulated over the centuries. It looked as if most of the tunnels here were actually still above the water line, or the sludge line, to be more honest about it.
Do you really want to turn into a werewolf in the sewers? You know, to smell everything even better.
I wasn't even sure it really was water. I didn't want to root around in the water.
Oh, is this some sort of maze? Niche?
There were
Niche
far too
gamer.
many niches for me to search by hand. It would take forever. Empty. The smell of the Ankh was unbearably strong in the sewer, and it was all I could do to remain conscious.
Yeah, so nothing else in this particular location. Let's see. Is there something here? No.
I wasn't even sure.
Oh,
The trail that I had seen in the cemetery seemed to continue down in the sewers, starting at one of the pipes and disappearing into the passageways. It was almost drowned out by the smell of the Ankh, though.
let's try to follow
The
it.
trail that I had seen in the cemetery seemed to continue down in the sewers, starting at one of the pipes and disappearing into the passageways. It was almost drowned out by the smell of the Ankh, though. I didn't want... There were far too many. It would take. The trail that I had seen in the cemetery seemed it was almost.
Oh, so we had to follow it again.
The magenta scent permeated the niche, stronger even than the smell of the ankh. There weren't many times in life you got to say that.
Alright. No, I thought it was a piece of paper or something, but nope. Debris.
There was all manner of debris piled up inside the niche. It looked like some kind of nest. I was strongly reminded of what I'd found
yeah,
in the
me
Milka's
too.
cargo hold. Only this nest seemed bigger somehow.
What is it saying? I'm trying to double click it, but it...
Amongst the garbage was some kind of pendant.
Okay, where is the pendant? Just pick it up, you moron. So, oh, there's a pendant. So where is the pendant? I have no idea. Oh, here. Okay. Oh, a scarab.
As I stood in the alcove examining the pendant, I felt as if I wasn't alone. It was the same presence I'd felt in the Milka's hold. I could feel the cold touch of death upon me. It was a strangely light touch.
Huh? What's that? Ah,
Size obviously isn't important, I agree. You are death, right? Rats have their own death?
how about cats?
No offense, I mean, you're
And
very, very intimidating.
gnats
For a skeletal rat,
and bats.
at least. So, do you come here often? I'm sorry, it's not easy to think of things to say to something like you.
The sun.
Well, it's not often I
clouds
find
covered
myself
the
in the
sun. Now I can
sewers
see.
talking to a... What are you exactly? Exactly. So what's your connection to the big guy? You're sort of like relatives then. You probably get together for birthdays and hogwatch night. I'd like to see that. If you don't mind me asking, were you on the Milka before? I thought so. What were you doing on the Milka? Uh-huh. No, please. Go on. Did you see anything? Well, I don't know. Anything unusual? Anything else? Yeah, I saw that. And that's here. This is its lair. It can't be very big. That's not very comforting. But I guess that's not your job. But comfort, I mean.
It's not a comfort woman.
I wasn't suggesting you weren't good at your job. I've never looked at it that way before. I couldn't believe it. I was talking to a phantasmal rodent. I hoped he couldn't read my thoughts. He seems easily offended. So, what's it like being the death of rats?
So, does the death of rats also affect Jews?
You don't get to talk much, do you?
Reminds me of one of my friends.
I had a feeling that I had a feeling... What do you make of this perfume? I found this in the nest. Do you know anything about it? It was on the Milka, so this thing brought it here for some reason. I could really use some help, you know. Oh, forget I asked.
Okay, let's ask all the crap.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside...
Mundy was hung. That's why he was killed. By small dick Redditors.
What do you know about a woman named Carlotta?
Because I've seen it on Twitter that there's r/small dicks or something, that sort of subreddit.
What do you know about a dwarf named Alkali? Do you know...
Is he gonna say anything useful about anything?
Do you know anything about the counterweight killings? Well, no, it's not the rats that are being murdered. That's fair enough, I suppose. I'll be sure to come to you the first time I'm investigating a serial rat killer. Wee Mad Arthur? He's not a serial killer, he's an exterminator. Well, fair point, I suppose.
Makes me think of Garrett P.I., Glenn Cook's similar kind of fantasy detective stories. There's rat folks in that.
Can you think of any reason that Mundy might have been hung upside down before he was killed? Do you know anything about... What do you...
Therma case shouldn't be closed, right? Because we haven't found Therma. What happened to her?
Do you know anything about Reagan's murder? I couldn't exact... Do you know... Do you think there's a connection between the creature who made these nests and the beast that killed Malachite and the beast that killed me? Can't you give me a little help? No, I understand. Professional ethics and all.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything? Well, can you at least give me a hint? I see. Can you tell me... What do you know?
Gaming. He's gaming, like Damien.
I'm trying to find a... Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the last time I saw it, when it was sticking out of my ribs. Can you help me find a jewel? Sorry, I forgot. You're a busy... Does dead men's pointy boots mean anything to you?
Okay. Anything else? Nope. I guess we are done with him or it.
Well, it
Oh
was
my
nice
God,
meeting you.
pronouns.
I have to get going. It's not like that. I have a lot of work to do. You too, huh?
Don't think there's really anything else here. Guess the pendant, we have to try to figure out what it is. Of course, we can go to the library, ask Malaclips, and so forth. Of course, it's possible there's something else in the sewers as well, but somehow I don't think that's the case. Or let's see if this... Okay, that looks similar. Let's just go. Hopefully the game will give a hint if you really need to come back here. So, I guess the library.
I'd like to use the library again.
Very well. I will show, sir, the way, since it seems the labyrinthine corridors of this vast edifice are beyond sir's meager navigational skills.
Is there like a hotkey to open the inventory? Like, it's not too bad opening like this, but it would be nice if I could just press I or something. I've done it many times, but it doesn't open it.
There were books on jewelry, but I couldn't find the pendant in any of them. I did get the idea that the design of the pendant might match something else, though.
Match what? Well, maybe we should go ask Two Conquerors. Because he's some archaeologist, right? I don't really wanna go up there, but I guess I should.
Does this mean anything to you?
I can't help you.
Perfume.
What do you make of this perfume?
I can't help you.
Two of the palace. Something.
Alright, let's go here. Grappling iron. Why is it iron? It's a hook. It's not iron, you know, for ironing clothes.
It always looked much easier. Do either of you recognize this? Is of much familiarness. From where? Near sort being somewhere near. Yesness. Seal on temple in Alkali.
Alkali.
It's the seal on the doors of a temple.
May I see?
Sure, why not?
Yes, I recognize that. That's from the temple with the intricate door locking mechanism, isn't it? Quite a marvel of technology for the era it was built, those doors. I was very impressed with them. Now, what was the name of the god it was dedicated to? I can't quite remember.
I know.
Yeah.
I am sure you do, but give me a moment and it'll come to me.
I think he meant it's from the temple of Anu Anu.
Yes, I remember. The temple of Anu Anu at Al-Khali. A lovely building.
And this is a replica of the seal. Of much sureness. Replica of most exactitude. That might be helpful to know. Thanks.
Nice. I feel smart. I went to the right place almost immediately. So what's the clue? Temple of Anu Anu at
Two Conquerors had told me that the pendant I'd found in the sewers had the same design as the seal of the temple of Anu Anu in the city of Alkali.
Let's go back to the library first, and then go talk to Mooncalf at the old gods, no, small gods temple.
I'd like very well.
No.
There was a book in the library called Frescoes and Fatal Traps of the Temple of Alkali. But when I turned to the page on the door mechanism, it had been torn out by someone. I was going to have to find another copy of the book. There were only 2 other libraries in Ankh-Morpork that I knew about, and one of those was in the Assassin's Guild.
About the Unseen University? You'd think they have a library? Okay, let's go here. Okay, so we can talk to him first.
Do you recognize this pendant?
It is an ambiguous Puzuma talisman.
What does it do?
It keeps away ambiguous Puzumas.
Does it work?
I don't see any Puzumas around here, do you?
I walked right into that, didn't I?
What is a Puzuma?
Have you heard of the temple of Anu Anu at Alkali?
So, interested in comparative religion, are we, Luton? Or perhaps you're an archaeologist?
Given their propensity to smash open sacred monuments, loot them of everything of value, and generally desecrate sacred places everywhere, archaeologists are about as popular with priests as atheists. Mind you, in a world where gods are bad-tempered and damn good shots with a lightning bolt, nobody likes an atheist either.
Okay. Moon cave.
I have some more questions.
Ask them, if you must.
I understand there's a temple of Anu Anu at Al-Kali.
Indeed, one of the finest temples on the Disc.
Then why are you here? Why not worship in your own temple in Al-Kali?
Revengealism.
What's that?
It's where you go out into the community to attempt to convert people to your faith by threatening that something terrible will happen to them if they don't.
Mooncalf wasn't telling me something, but I didn't know what. Logical, I suppose, but unsatisfying.
How do we cajole him into telling more?
Does dead men's pointy boots mean anything to you?
I prefer to involve...
I asked Moon...
Yeah, I think I've asked this.
Does this pendant mean anything to you?
It is interesting, isn't it? I don't suppose you could be persuaded to donate it to the cult of Anu Anu.
I doubt it.
A shame. That would probably be worth 20% of your recommended daily intake of salvation.
What do you make of this perfume?
I prefer to...
Okay. Guess it's too early to.
Well,
Did I tell you that we're giving away free tea towels?
The tea towel. Come on. Use and join. Just, the cost is your immoral soul. I'll go get some tea. Be right back. Okay. Where to next? Merchant's Guild is still here. Can we turn into a werewolf? No. Okay, we go.
Mind if I ask some...
As long as they are about...
Well,
How did you...
a little... Oh, but how... I...
To find out about the clerk's murder. Dead man's pointy boots. We told him already.
Have you heard of the temple of Anu Anu at Al-Kali?
I don't know anything.
Does this mean anything to you?
I don't know anything.
What do you make of this perfume?
I don't know anything about that.
I was very, very
Well, good.
Horse?
There was still no...
It could be...
Carrot. Guess we cannot turn into a werewolf outside. Okay, let's just see if Samael knows about the temple of Anu Anu.
Samael,
Mr. Luton.
have you heard of the temple of Anu Anu at Al-Kali?
I wouldn't know anything about that, Mr. Luton.
Dead man's Chronicles, I probably asked.
I wouldn't know.
Okay. I didn't know.
I didn't want to bother Samael with the
Okay, let's see. Just I'm checking the walkthrough, even though I don't feel that stuck yet or anything, but I don't want to like keep walking around doing nothing. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So we're
Thanks
supposed to go
again,
to the
Samael.
University New Hall. This is something I probably wouldn't have figured out very easily, especially, I don't know, for some reason it feels like it's a hindrance going to this place. Maybe because it reminds me of school and university and all that stuff.
I altered one of the subjects on the board, switching the Great Nev for Alkali. Now all I had to do was see if anyone took the bait.
Because it's one of the subjects here.
I guess the rumors about the students weren't true. They did. What occult monster full of myth? The theory lost.
Okay, so let's see if we go away. I don't know. Let's jump here even. So we actually visited another location, then go, because he said he wants another copy of the book of Alkali.
I had a feeling I wasn't going to get away with stealing the book. A copy of Frescoes and Fatal Traps of the Temples of Alkali miraculously appeared after I changed the Octarin board. I guess the students took their studies more seriously than I thought, but fortunately they still didn't have much idea what it was they were studying most of the time. I had a feeling I wasn't going to get away with stealing the book.
Can you read it?
The pendant's design matched the one in the book for the seal of the temple of Anu Anu at Alkali. The temple was famed for its intricate door mechanism, and the book described how to manipulate the seal to open the temple doors. I used the same method on the pendant, and it opened with a faint click. Inside was a small piece of paper with names on it. One name leapt out at me. Therma. I decided to keep the list to myself.
Find Therma.
I'd found a list of 8 names in the pendant. The name that stood out was Therma's.
Often.
The names on the list were Mooncalf, Satrap, Therma, Coom, Gelid, Warb, Foyd, and Kondo. Some I recognized. Some were strangers to me. The question was, what did they have in common? Why did someone have a list of their names, and how did they get it into the pendant? The perfume smelled foul to me.
Yeah, so Warb. Either it's victims or like members of some cult or something, but it's like, if it's Mooncalf, I think it probably means that they are baddies or something.
Still here? Someone. I'd keep the list of names to myself.
got a list of Malaclips and then Mooncalf, but yeah, I don't think, like, you know, if we show it to Mooncalf, then it's like, you know, showing we know, telling him we know that he knows that we know or something.
I read out the list of names to Malaclips, and that sounds familiar look came over his face.
Ah, yes. Anu worshippers are these. The first ones. They're up to something secret, too. Out of Malaclips's ears, soft in the darkness, they scheme.
I'm investigating them. Want to know what I find out?
As long as it doesn't cost me anything. I don't make rash bargains, Luton.
Alright. I knew.
I wasn't about to reveal that I had the list to Mooncalf. I had a feeling that would be suicide.
Probably.
But perhaps I could use it to trap him. Someone told me that you know Therma.
Indeed. And who might that have been?
It's not important. Is she part of your cult?
No. No, she's not.
But you know her.
No, I've never met her.
I see. What about Satrap?
Are you intending to bore me with a list of people's names? I haven't time for this tomfoolery. I must preach the gospel of Anu.
Thy kingdom Coom and all that.
Yes, indeed.
I'd clearly unsettled him mentioning Coom. Now I just needed to sit back and watch what he got up to.
Okay, so then we should go to the cemetery. In the back, there's the window. So I think it means we have to spy on him from there.
There were two silhouettes at the window. One was definitely Mooncalf. The other looked like a troll.
Is it Therma?
I could just about make out that Mooncalf was saying something, but I couldn't make out what.
What if I turn into a wolf? Will that give me better hearing?
This was the other side of the window behind Mooncalf. There were two silhouettes with...
And I think we may have to do something about it. We will have a meeting of the true believers after this evening's sermon.
Sure thing, boss. You want I should go now?
No. You keep an eye on Luton if you can. I'll go back to the sanctuary and leave a message for the others.
You got it, boss.
Sanctuary.
I'd overheard something interesting at the window of the Temple of Small Gods. Something about a meeting of the true believers.
So how do we... can we follow him? Ah, he left. Can we go to the temple and like loot? Maybe he left some evidence behind. I guess we can talk
I'm
to
back.
Gaspard.
Good boy.
The High Priest of Anu mentioned something about a meeting of the true believers. Mean anything to you?
Not really. I'm not really up on religious politics. Look, I'm a dog, right? We don't do the religion thing.
Thanks for...
I live just...
Sanctuary or whatever. Sanctuary. All the way to Tipperary, Sanctuary, let's ask him about the meeting as well. What does he say?
I overheard Mooncalf talking about a meeting of the true believers. I'd really like to know what that was about.
It's tough to find out what the cult of Anu is up to.
Is there any way I could listen in to one of Mooncalf's sermons?
The sermons don't take place here. They hold them in the inner sanctum.
The inner sanctum?
It's the center of worship here in the Temple of Small Gods.
How come? I mean, there are a vast number of gods and goddesses that the temple has to provide for. Are you telling me they all have to share one room for the services?
Absolutely. High priests are always complaining that so-and-so was hogging the sanctum all morning, or that such and such left hair at the bottom of the holy font. It causes a lot of tension around the temple.
Can you get me in there? I'd like to have a look around.
I could arrange to have the sanctum for a while if I told them I had a follower, but I don't.
I need your help again.
They'll all need my help.
So how can we promise to become his follower? Give him money?
I suppressed the... I was... Which day...
Ah?
I'll have... The...
Where's that sanctum? Can we like go to the sanctum or something? Can we turn into a wolf here?
I didn't...
Okay. Can't. Can we just, pretend to be a follower of Erata to go to the sanctum? Nope.
Most of the wine barrels in the Café Ankh cellar had been brought into Ankh-Morpork on the Milka.
Can we... Uh-huh. Ah, we're gonna hide. Okay, I understand.
I had a
now.
long wait, but it paid off. The storeroom was filled with boxes of food and supplies. I guess even the patrician had to eat every now and then.
Because the killer hid in the barrel, so I guess
couldn't think of anything
copying him.
useful to do with the boxes. The wine barrels had allowed me to break into the palace. It didn't speak too highly of the palace's security, but I wasn't complaining. There really wasn't anything useful I could do with the barrels.
Don't see anything else.
I guess they didn't have an open door policy. Locked. I guess they didn't. I thought I could make out voices, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. The door was locked. I thought I could...
Well, if it's eavesdropping, I guess the wolf form is helping that. Yes. So there are no smells here. Are you sure, game?
I guess they didn't...
Oh, it's a terrible state. I don't know how he puts up with it. Oh, I know, dear, I know. Just because the prisoners don't mean they shouldn't keep their rooms clean. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. And those ones that are chained up, they're the worst. They think because they get special treatment, they don't have to tidy up. Nobody thinks of us cleaners, do they, dear? Perish the thought.
All in all, it wasn't the most useful conversation I could have overheard.
Okay. how about the other door?
I guess they didn't. So perhaps I should try.
Let's go back here, see if there's anything, or smell. Smell if there's anything to see, or see if there's anything to smell. Which way is the correct pronoun? Ooh.
The scent of red wine wasn't as strong as in the cellar, but it was still noticeable. The scent of...
Is there anything else? You think the meat smells or something? I guess it's like, you know, because you don't need the... Oh,
my killer had definitely been here. The magenta scent was too faint for me to remember it well.
Yeah, because they don't, you know, want to clutter your inventory too much with random meat smells and stuff, which is, I guess, good. It's still a bit unrealistic.
I guess they didn't have an open door policy. The door was locked. I thought I could make out voices, but I couldn't hear what they were saying. The double doors were more stately than the others leading from the hall. I reckoned that it led to the oblong office, the patrician's personal sanctum. I could hear a conversation on the other side of the door, but I couldn't quite make out what was being said.
All right. Ooh.
The only noticeable scent in the hallway was someone's trail, which led to the double doors.
Vimes. Vimes or Nobby? I think it was Vimes.
What was Commander Vimes doing in the palace?
Reporting.
The only noticeable... I could hear what I could only assume was some of the patrician's clerks talking.
I do wish people would bear in mind how much paperwork everything is for us.
I know just what you mean. Have you seen file LEW-006/EXW? First, he steals a crowbar.
And that's a T-1712 form straight away?
Exactly.
No respect for the patricians, spies and clerks. That's the trouble with this city.
Oh, the crowbar's only the start, believe me. I've got 2 counts of murder.
Ha! That's an FO86B just to get the list of forms you need.
Tell me about it.
So
and as
British.
if that wasn't enough, he's only gone and died.
Oh, not another D2317E. I hate those.
Worse. A D66/004B.
Another murder? Oh, I haven't finished the paperwork from Cypher's death yet.
Still, I have to look on the
Cypher.
bright side.
Is that the clerk?
What's that then?
At least he hasn't come back from the grave.
Oof, I know what you mean. Those undead citizenship forms are the worst.
No consideration. That's the trouble. No consideration of us hard-working bureaucrats.
The clerks soon returned to their paperwork. As a wolf, my hearing was dramatically improved. I could recognize one of the voices as Commander Vimes, and the other voice had the calculating tones of Lord Vetinari, the patrician of Ankh-Morpork.
Are you any closer to a solution for our mutual problem?
No, sir. I've been occupied.
Indeed. And what could occupy you?
There was a string of copycat killings. I've been trying to solve them.
And have you?
No. My lead suspect was killed.
That is very unfortunate.
It certainly was for Luton.
So there has been no progress in determining who killed Cypher?
Not as such.
I had been given to understand that this was precisely the situation you were well equipped to handle.
I will solve this case, sir. You can count on me.
Do you recall what I said the city reminds me of?
You said it reminds you of a clock, sir.
Indeed. Big wheels and little wheels, all turning at different speeds to keep the machine working. That, after all, is the most important thing. The machine keeps going.
You've told me this before.
Do you know why? it keeps working.
Because you want it to keep working?
I'm flattered that you think I have such importance. But no, it keeps running because the people believe it will keep running. Faith is a powerful force.
There is a point to this, sir?
I always have a point. Sometimes it's sharper than others.
I'm sorry. Continue.
One of my clerks has been found face down in a vat of wine, and that makes it appear as if the administration has lost control.
And the administration is me, right?
We are all the administration. You do the work, and I take both the credit and the blame. Provided I do not take the blame, I am content. I trust I make myself clear.
Perfectly.
Suddenly I could smell blood. It filled up my senses like a night in a forest. Except a night in a forest didn't make me want to tear someone's throat out. I didn't know whether the guard had cut himself or if I was just developing a healthy bloodlust, like any young werewolf. But I couldn't control myself.
Oops.
The next thing I knew, I was in my office. I had no idea how I got there, how I got my coat out of the palace, or where I'd got a traffic cone from. It had been that sort of night. I was sitting at my desk, thinking over the case, when there was a knock at the door.
I understand you've been a busy boy, Lieutenant.
It's a busy life when you're a private investigator. Plus, you get to see interesting foreign places and learn a trade.
There was a commotion at the palace last night. Perhaps you know about it?
What goes on at the palace has nothing to do with me.
Indeed it is not. And if, for some reason, you did take an interest in the palace, I'm sure you would not be so foolish as to be caught breaking into the palace.
Of course not. Think I'm suicidal?
Strange you should say that. I heard you'd been killed.
I expect you hear a lot of things that aren't true. I bet someone has to explain them to you using very small words.
The thing is, the intruder at the palace appears to have been a werewolf.
There's a lot of that around this time of year, I understand. Must be the moon.
I paid my respects to your grave.
Oh, that was nice of you.
It was empty.
Oh, you know how it is. I get claustrophobic in narrow spaces.
So do werewolves, perhaps?
I wouldn't know about that.
Remember when I said how disappointed I was that I couldn't take you out for free?
Oh, that was a very touching sentiment.
Well, Lord Vetinari has generously offered to pay for the inhumation of last night's intruder.
He has a big heart.
It's a shame no one can find it.
Was there a point to your visit?
I was just passing through. Thought you might benefit from my advice.
How generous of you.
Well, I'll be on my way.
The door's behind you. I can explain how to use it if you want.
Watch your steps, Lieutenant. I will be.
Alright.
As if there wasn't enough death in the town. Now I was dead, and I was no closer to catching my own murderer.
I will be a little bit closer. So, what sort of clue did we cipher? Drain, drowned in a vat
I'd
of wine.
overheard the patrician and Vimes talking about the murder of the clerk at the palace. Apparently the man's name was Cypher, and he'd been drowned in a vat of wine.
Do we have to tell Nobby about this?
Just thought we could have a little chat.
Oh, all right then. Make it quick.
I found out about that Clark, Cypher. He was drowned in a vat of wine.
If you say so. Lucky for some, eh?
I like his attitude.
Until I knew what this meeting was, I had to be careful who I discussed it with.
Should I... Maybe I should go ask Death about it? Maybe he will accidentally reveal something.
Can I see the...
I am not in a...
Still here.
In a sense.
Do you know anything about Cypher's murder?
I already told you that I could not discuss the details of my work with you.
Neither the Count nor Death seemed likely people to discuss that particular...
Okay. But this list...
Neither the Count...
Maybe I should see if
I'm sure
Carlotta is home.
Who would...
I'd like to see Carlotta. Is she home?
I will go and announce your presence, and she will tell me if she is.
You're up late.
I can never sleep after I've been stabbed to death.
What did you want to talk about?
Until I was sure I could trust her, there were some things I didn't... And frankly, I wondered if I'd ever really trust her.
She's a so-called void, of course you shouldn't trust.
What do you make of this perfume?
I'm sure you can...
Until I was... And does dead men's pointy boots mean anything to you?
I'm sure you...
Do you?
No, I don't.
What?
Sorry, I'm not an...
Can you tell...
No. No, I...
Then I don't think there's anything
I'll
we
be
have to discuss with her.
Horse, I...
No. I don't think we need to go back. See, like, is there a way to join Melaclipse's cult?
I need your...
There.
Which deity do you serve? Tell me a... So, is there a...
I...
You said you knew... What do you know about the murder of the patrician's clerk?
He wasn't killed. He's been
Until...
which
sounds... I overheard Mooncalf.
It's tough.
Is there...
The sun...
I think we should be able to somehow join it.
I'll have the. I need that. Which deity do you? Tell me about the goddess.
Then have you?
Do we have to like, do this in the right order or something to ask about these things?
I overheard.
It's.
So is there?
And
what would
the sky?
And how do you go about?
I told you. Everyone is part. They just.
So doesn't it mean we are part of the
I overheard Mooncalf
cult,
talking about
so
a meeting
should
of the
we
true
be able to
believers.
join him in
I'd
our
really
thing?
like to know what that was about.
It's tough to find out.
Is there any?
The sermons don't take
The inners.
It's the center.
How come? I mean, there are a vast number of gods.
High priests are always. It's called.
Can you get? I'd like to.
I could arrange to have the sanctum for a while, but I.
So how do we become a follower?
You said you knew all but one conspiracy. What's the one?
If I did.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it should somehow work like that. What if we ask?
I overheard
like
Mooncalf.
It's tough.
Is there any?
The sermon.
The in.
It's the.
How? I mean, there are.
Hi. It's.
Can you? I'd like.
I could have, but.
Malaclip. Even. It look. I need that. Which day? I serve. Tell me. So is. I overheard. You said what? If you then.
I don't get it. I'm pretty sure it should work out like this. Let's see. Gonna check online. Wait, is it?
I'll have
the orders.
I need that.
Yeah, so first, ask about the true believers.
Which day?
Errata.
Tell me.
There is.
Church of Errata.
So is.
Is this the bug?
You said you. What's the?
If I.
Then how?
Because.
In other words. What if?
Is there like some one thing I'm missing before we can ask him about it? Let's save and reload or something. Errata, is there an errata going on in the game, or am I doing wrong?
I need you.
Guess I should ask Grok. Let's see.
Which deity do you serve?
That's a big question. Which deity do you serve?
I don't serve any deity.
Then I don't serve any deity either.
I'll tell you mine if you tell me yours.
Right. You first.
I serve...
You didn't finish.
I am forbidden by...
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I think I'm her servitor, too.
Ask about
Tell me
Errata. I got the guides.
Yeah.
Maybe I cannot
And she...
skip it with, like, you know, the whole conversation. Then true believers.
I overheard...
It's the sen.
Can you...
But...
So is there a... And how...
I'm asking Grok to explain. It just says I have to ask about Errata and the True Believers meeting. Then the Inner Sanctum topic should appear, but it doesn't. Like, that's what the other guide said too. So.
I'll have the...
No, that's... Maybe I'll reboot the game. Let's see if that makes a difference.
I need that. Which deity? I don't serve.
Ask
Tell me about
Errata.
the...
Then show the True
I
Believers
I
meeting. No.
So... You...
If I knew that, I would know all the conspiracies, wouldn't I?
You don't know anything about that one conspiracy.
Nothing.
Then how do you know that there is another conspiracy?
Because when I put all the other conspiracies together...
What if... I'll have to...
Let's see if we have to leave the place or something. Let's go to some other location too, if it, I don't know, has to change something. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it should work like this, but it's not working, so I'm not quite sure. These Discworld games, the first one when I streamed it, also I couldn't finish it because the dragon wouldn't appear where it's supposed to appear.
Tell me
at the very end, it didn't appear.
So is... I overheard...
Nope, doesn't
I'll have
appear.
the...
I have to, like... Look.
I'd overheard something interesting at the wind. Something about a meeting of... I overheard moon. Is there the sun? It's the sun. I overheard. It is. How I'm.
Yep. It.
Can you?
I could have read, but
I need that. Which day? That. Which? Tell me. So. You said what's the? I over.
Nope. I'm asking Grok if this is a bug. That's known. Oh, Mooncalf is there again. Thought he was gone.
I have some more. I'd have to be. I didn't. What do you? I prefer. So here I am. So what is? Did you? You? Now let me.
Guess we can try to ask about the latest murder. This one. Fine.
I asked Mooncalf where he always seemed. Well, I.
Let's see if, like, you know, moving to another location. According to Grok, it's a flag issue or something. False flag. I don't know. Let's go to a few different locations. Yeah, another suggestion was to load an earlier save. I guess I have
need your
try
help again, Malaclips.
they'll all need.
I overheard Moon. Which deity? Tell me about. So is you? I.
All right, let's try another save then. Sanctuary. So is this where we just got the true believers meeting? Okay, what if we?
I need your. That. I overheard Mooncalf. Which day? Tell me about. So. You.
Nope.
I'll have to. I need that.
If we
Which
do
day?
this, then this.
I over. Tell me about. So... You said... I'll have to...
Okay, let's see. Oh, so what do we... Because this save took us back a little bit. Wait, let's see. What's our...
I headed back the way I came. I couldn't shake the feeling I was being watched.
I don't think we've gotten this before. So what? Okay, we haven't.
I'd found the pendant. How it got.
Okay. Temple of Anu. So we have to go to the... Here. Come on. No, not that one.
I altered one of the... Now... Useful though they are. Useful. A copy of...
Temple of Anu.
The pendant's design matched the one in the book. The temple was... I used the same method on the pendant, and it opened with a faint click. Inside was a small piece of paper with one name. I'd found the name, the question.
Okay, let's go back.
I wasn't about to reveal that I had the list, but perhaps someone indeed.
Okay, so can we now go spy? Spy on them.
I could just about make... With my sharpened wolf senses, I could hear what Mooncalf was saying to the troll. And I think we will...
Okay. So now we have this.
I need your...
There.
Which day? I'll tell you my... I overheard... Tell me... So... And... She must... Then... How... So...
Still not working. Am I missing something?
You said
like,
you
did I
knew all
miss
but
some
one
important...
conspiracy, Hubwards of the Great Neff? What's the one conspiracy you don't know?
If I knew that, I would know all the conspiracies, wouldn't I?
You don't know anything about that one conspiracy?
Nothing.
Then how do you know that there is another conspiracy?
Because when I put all the other conspiracies together, I can see the pieces missing.
In other words, you can tell there's a conspiracy because you can't see it.
Everything casts a shadow, Luton. At least of some kind.
What if the missing pieces are a ruse by one of the conspiracies you do know about to try and distract you from paying...
That...
I'll have the...
Who would...
I'd like to... I will... Someone
who would say...
I'd like to see Carlotta. Is she home?
I will go and announce your presence.
You're up late.
I can never...
What did...
So, do you do the... Set up some...
All right.
So, set...
But you're not... I could...
That's why...
You haven't been... You don't know. You can't have a decent relationship with mortals when you're a bloodthirsty wolf 1 week out of every month.
You ruined my life so you could have a companion?
Have you
Don't be so melodramatic, Luton. It doesn't suit you.
What would you call it?
I gave you a gift, and it's a wonderful gift. You just have to get used to it.
It's the same conversation
Of all
as
the
in
washed-up men in all
cafe,
the cities on the disc, why did you come to me?
Why does anyone do anything? We're all pawns in someone's game, Luton. The best we can hope for is to take charge of our lives. And don't forget, never forget, if I hadn't done this, you'd be dead. I saved your life.
It wasn't much of a life to save.
It could be.
If I became your lapdog, I could never do that.
I wouldn't ask you to. You're special, Luton. You're like me. The law isn't for people like us.
What is?
Well, that's another thing I've been trying to figure out for years.
Okay.
I'd over something until I was...
I don't know, let's go and see if it works now or something.
I need your...
Veil!
I overheard Mooncalf talking about... Which day it... Tell me... I over... So is...
It's just not working. I don't know what to do.
You said you... I'll have to go.
I don't know what can I do. I'm gonna end the stream here. I'll try to find a solution, and hopefully by tomorrow I can do it. Otherwise, I don't know. Like, do I have to start, I don't know, another version, like the PlayStation version from beginning, or just give up, or what exactly? This is a bummer, but what can I do if the game doesn't work, or have I missed something? I can also try to check if there's like some important bits I missed. Let's save here, like in case talking to what's her name made a difference, to Carlotta or something, because like Grog said, it might refresh some. See the Malaclips? No, I mean Mooncalf is not back here as previously. She's still saying that somebody's following.
They were keeping their distance, but I managed to briefly catch sight of the dwarf who was following me.
Okay, dwarf, so Alkali, I presume. Let's try one more time.
I need your... That... Which deity do you serve? Tell me... I overheard Moon... So... You... I'll have...
Yeah, I'm gonna end the stream here. This is very unfortunate, but let's see if I can find a solution. I'm Adventure Argonaut. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.